Hey everybody, how are you? It's me, Loren Molloy. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to make this video so that you can get to know me a little bit. So I thought I would do some random facts about me. And I thought I would just pick a bunch and go through them. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Feel free to share it around and subscribe to the channel. As you can see, a little reminder scrolling on the bottom. So let's get to it. Random facts about me. First, my name. My name is Loren Molloy. I don't have a middle name. I wasn't given one at birth. I do have a confirmation middle name, which is Rosemary. So, Loren Rosemary Molloy, but it's not a legal middle name. So, my actual name is Loren Molloy. Loren, like after Sophia Loren, and Molloy, like Molloy College. That's how I tell everybody to remember it. Loren Molloy. That's right. People have sang it that way. My zodiac sign is Libra. My rising sign is Capricorn, and my moon sign is Taurus. My nicknames. I've had a few. Let's see. Queen Bee, Pretty Kitty, the Phoenix, because no matter what, I always rise from the ashes. 3 things I love. I love this planet. I love my country. And I love my mom. There's plenty of things I love, but let's pick the most important ones first. So, 3 fears. Fear of never doing enough. Fear of not being my authentic self at all times. And fear of what is to become of this planet. I am very concerned, and I hope everyone starts looking into ways to help heal this planet, because I want all the kids I know, all my little nieces and nephews and cousins and etc., to be able to have a planet of their own like we do in 40 years. And so that's really scary if we don't all get together and start figuring out ways like planting hemp to bring up the oxygen levels, taking care of the bees to help pollinate, things like that. So I hope, everybody looks into it and finds ways that they can help make a difference, because that's a huge fear. The last song I listened to, My Chick Bad by Ludacris. I know, but it popped up on the radio when I was driving, and I remembered all the words. I still love that song. I love all sorts of kinds of music, but that one is a reminder of some fun old days. Let's see. Oh, my high school GPA. Oh, good Lord. It was not good. It was not good. I was not a good student. School bored me too much. So I would do summer school just to be able to get A's and then move on. But I think I graduated high school with like a 2.8, something bad. It was awful. uh, Not something I'm actually proud of, but I knew I wasn't going to any college where it would matter. And I was just such a class clown and scutch and protector that test scores didn't matter as much as quality and preservation of lives. So I was always taking care of stopping bullies or stopping problems, or not even at school at all. So my GPA was real bad in comparison to some others. And it really was just a lack of interest in doing anything they wanted me to do versus understanding or ability to accomplish it. So really frustrated my mom. Last thing I ate today. Lord, did I eat today? Some days I forget. I get so busy, I forget what I've eaten. I know I drank coffee a lot today because that's, the sacred nectar of the gods, right? Um, I had a cheeseburger. I had a cheeseburger for dinner with um, creamed spinach and mashed sweet potatoes. Yep, it was delicious. I remember now. Number of siblings. Uh, I am an only child from my mom's marriage to my father, but I have a half brother who's 10 years older from my mom's first marriage. And I have a half sister from my dad's first marriage. We don't really communicate or talk at all because they're both from previous marriages. So I tried. We're none of the same type of people. Square peg, round hole. Uh, favorite vacation. Quite frankly, I haven't been on a ton of, mind-blowing vacations, except for Disney. I love Disney. I know I'm a horror writer, actor, director, producer. I love horror, but I also love Disney. So try not to hate on me too much. It's the kid and heart of me, but Disney has always been a fantastic vacation. And the other would have to be San Diego Del Mar in California. One day I dream of having a beautiful house right on the water in Del Mar, California. And then it'll be a permanent vacation, whether I'm working or not. The reason I started making YouTube videos. Was I realized how many people I can also be able to interact with and communicate with like this. And I've spoken to so many who don't use Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. They only use YouTube. So I wanted to be able to reach more people, talk with more, make a difference if I can, connect with more people by utilizing another type of social media for all of you that love YouTube, maybe over all others or only use YouTube. So that, as well as when I hit 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, I will be putting my feature film Yield, the horror movie, up on my channel for people to rent, stream, and own. So this is another way for you to get to know me as a person, as well as a director, producer, etc. And ask you to please subscribe to the channel. And when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to start uploading my films and more for you to be able to stream, because turns out tons of us don't have DVD players. So this will be the only way for you right now to be able to see Yield, is by helping me hit the 1,000 mark of subscribers so that you'll be able to stream it. I am in negotiations to stream Yield, through streaming channels, but sometimes that takes longer. And this is a great way and an easier way for all you people who love YouTube to be able to watch Yield, the horror movie. Please, while I'm speaking of it, when you're done watching this video, look for my playlist Yield on my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of behind the scenes videos, bloopers, trailers, and more. That way you can get a feel and a sense of what Yield's about. Feel free to order Yield, the DVD form, bit.ly/DVD Yield, and I'll send you an autographed copy of the movie for you. And remember to subscribe so that when I hit 1,000, you could be streaming it from your home or anywhere else through YouTube, which we both love. So that is the reason I started making YouTube videos. Next question. My dream vacation. I kind of have two dream vacations, and they're completely different. One is Bora Bora, where it's just some kind of beautiful private island where I don't have to worry about other people or clothing, and cannabis and rum reign free. And I could just relax and be at peace and happy and tranquil. The other dream vacation is London. I am an Anglophile, which means just kind of love and obsess of England, London. And I just truly want to be able to visit and have this amazing time. And it's been a dream of mine. So those two are probably the top two. And they're absolutely equal because they're so completely, extremely different. I want to see all of England, but there's just this strange affinity to London. I mean, it's a mecca center, of course, but maybe past lives, who knows? But so Bora Bora and London, those are the two dream vacations. And then after that, there's tons of all other countries I'd love to see. But Moonrise Lum. So those are the two neck and neck tied for first. Something I really want. Something I really want. I really want to stop, full stop, all forms of child trafficking. The fact that it's even something to say, something I really want is complete abolishment of racism and the Ku Klux Klan. That is my truth. The fact that those things are still in existence and a thing to even say in the year 2020 makes me extremely sick to my stomach. So something I really want, those are big ones. Everything else, I could work for it for myself. And if the universe and God wants to give it to me, then I will be grateful. But those are massive. And they're marching on Washington today. I am not able to. I wish I could. But I am there in spirit. And it's one of the things that I really want is that not a single human being on this planet has any issue with how much melatonin your skin might have. And that the Ku Klux Klan is an absolute terrorist movement that needs to be abolished, removed, and all those people need to be, brought to justice for their crimes. That's my truth. That's something I truly, really want. And if that's not something you also want, you need to look inside of yourself and see what's going on with you, because we should all want that. That's my truth. What my significant other likes most about me, I have no idea because I'm single. So whenever I find my significant other, my match, my king, then I'll ask him, and hopefully he'll just say me as a whole, but we'll find out. Meaning behind my channel name. I'm pretty sure my channel name is my name. So meaning behind my channel name, beep, Loren Molloy. My favorite movie. Ooh, that is so difficult. I don't know if I can just name one. Hellraiser. I guess. Hellraiser. Beetlejuice. See, now I'm starting to name other movies. My favorite song. There's no way to just pick one. I love too much music. My favorite song. It probably will be by Ethel Merman, Everything's Coming Up Roses. There are other songs, but that one is definitely a big time deal for me. Everything's Coming Up Roses for you and for me. And Ethel Merman has had one of the most incredible voices. It is so iconic. If you know what she sounds like, you know what she sounds like. So the moment you hear her, you know who it is. So feel free to look her up. I adore her and her music. Someone I miss. I miss my friend Robbie. Robbie passed on a bunch of years ago, and I used to call him my right-hand lieutenant. We thought a lot alike. We had a lot of fun. He was a brilliant mind, crafty spirit, kick-ass personality, a soldier at heart, a protector, all around real good dude that, tapped out on the world sooner than I would have wished. And every March, I get very, very sad because although I know he's always going to be with me and all of the people who knew and loved him, I would love to have been able to see who he'd be today and what he'd be doing with his life. So, definitely. Someone I love. I love my nieces. I don't ever bring them up as a protection mechanism of mine because we know the horrors of the world, but I love my nieces so much. I would give the flesh off my body and my beating heart if I thought it would save them. I also would torture and kill a ton of people if they ever tried to harm one of my nieces or one of my little loved ones. Do I have kids? No. And I will never be able to have kids. I have a lot of health issues, and when I was younger, they had to cut a lot of sections out of my woman area. That makes it absolutely impossible for me to be able to sustain the 9 months, etc., that I would need. People say, why don't you just adopt? But quite frankly, I do have health conditions, and I know that I couldn't be the best mother I would need to be for that child. So I do not have kids, nor will I ever have kids, because I care about kids too much to not be the best kind of parent I could be. And with everything I'm doing with my career, I would not be able to give the absolute 100% that I personally would want to be able to give to any child that I would call mine. So no, I don't have kids, nor will I ever. I had one fool that said, "Oh, you'll fall in love with me, and then you'll be fine, and you'll want my kids." If that's your thinking, once again, dig deep inside yourself and figure out, because that's no good. That's not how you talk to anybody. And it doesn't work like that at all, nor would it. How many hours of sleep did I get last night? Because of my health stuff, one of the things I have is fibromyalgia, so it causes a lot of sleep issues. I don't really sleep much. I probably truly sleep from when the birds start chirping at 5 in the morning to hopefully 8 o'clock in the morning. So maybe every night I get about 3 hours sleep, but it's more like daytime hours. The rest of it, it's tossing and turning and just aggravated that I can't sleep. So when people complain about how tired they are and, they only got 6 hours of sleep, try about on and off again, 3 hours of sleep every single night for about 30 something years. And no retrieval, no break from it. That's what it's like having fibromyalgia. And that's just one little snippet. So yeah, how many hours of sleep did I get last night? It's always so funny when people ask that, or ask how I slept last night. Those are not questions you want to ask somebody with fibromyalgia. Just be like, did you sleep? How are you doing? Maybe not bring it up at all. Only because there's never a great sleep story where you're like, I slept better than I've ever slept. It doesn't matter what meds you try, or at least for me, that's my truth. Something I miss from my childhood, innocent joy, where just running on a lawn and seeing a butterfly would make me so truly happy inside and out, nothing impeded on it. Now, as an adult, it takes so much to break through all the realities and hardships that things that would have made me absolutely delighted when I was 3 or 4 now is much more of a numb reaction. I do honestly get delighted like a little kid to a lot of stuff, but it's also because I almost died when I was 25 from health stuff. So every moment since is a delight in a certain level because, the sky is now a shade bluer in a prettier way. As cliche and nonsensical as that might sound to you, it's a reality for me. The colors changing of leaves, used to be like, so what? And now it's like, wow, do you see that? I don't know. It winds up being one of those things that I guess you might just have to experience to understand. But as an adult, especially with everything going on and how many people, we deal with and hardships, something I miss from my childhood is being able to just have joy for joy's sake. A book I could read over and over again. Hell House by Richard Matheson. I absolutely love that book. Anytime I've done interviews or videos, very often I'll get asked, favorite authors. Richard Matheson, Hell House, absolutely top of the list for me. The movie reference you will know possibly is The Legend of Hell House. It is the British movie version of Richard Matheson's book version. And Richard Matheson helped write the screenplay, or did write the screenplay script for the movie. But there's tons of stuff that they obviously couldn't put in the movie. Otherwise, you wouldn't, have a rating that was acceptable. So the book is just so great. I'll reread that every year. Something I got in trouble for as a child. A lot of stuff. I feel bad for my mom. I was a bad kid. When it was over a friend's house, I was young. It had to have been at like elementary school, maybe beginning of middle school most. And I had gone over some friend's house. I don't even remember who it is now. And she had drawn all over her door on the outside, all these pretty stuff. So I went home and did that to the front door of my room, just like that girl did. And I got in so much trouble. Oh, good Lord, that was bad. Yeah, I got a lot of trouble for that. I thought I was just being creative and artistic. But it was things like weird faces and eyeballs and like butterflies. And I mean, I don't have the same artistic talent as some others of a drawing kind of nature. So it's not like it was beautiful artwork, but I did get in a lot of trouble for that. And my poor mom's face, what she just did was a white door. She's just staring at it now, covered in all this caricature drawing, whatever I had done. I got so mad at her that like she was mad at me for it. I was like, what? It's art. Anyway, my poor mom. 3 things that annoy me easily. Liars, for sure. Thinking I'm stupid to believe your bullshit. And cheaters. That shit annoys me instantly. And depending on the level, will infuriate me. I mean, I have never cheated in my entire life. I'm not okay with anybody that does. I have even been a character witness in somebody's divorce because the stupid mofo thought that he could try to cheat with me on his pregnant wife. She literally was about to give birth and had a small child. So, lying to my face and thinking I'll believe it. I might not call you on it, but I sure as shit will be pissed and then probably just be done with you because I'm not going to waste my time and energy arguing with you over the fact that you are giving me fugazi bullshit, fake shit, lies, and then expecting me to be stupid enough to believe it. If you think I'm stupid, that only shows how low your IQ is, not mine. I might not be the most brilliant person in the world. I don't need to be. You just need to be honest, straightforward, and upfront with me. I do not judge people, and yet people will lie to my face about very simple stuff that I could call them on super easy just because it's easier for them. All right. And then you wonder why I'm annoyed. So, my favorite animal is definitely a penguin. The cute little happy feet penguin. After that, black leopards. I feel like if my soul was an animal, it's definitely a black leopard. I have freckles, so instead of just a black panther, black leopard. Um, my pets, I no longer have any. I had a mini collie named Cody, and he got very, very old and sick and had to go to sleep forever recently. So I'm going to take a break from all animals and pets for a little while. But Cody the dog, he would lick the tears away. He was so epic. Definitely a spirit dog. Something that is currently worrying me. I am a worrywart, so I worry about lots of stuff often. Something that's worrying me is how we're all interacting with each other. There's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of hate and violence going on more than ever before. And there's tons of children watching all of us adults. We are literally teaching the future generations how to be to each other, and we're not being good to each other. So I scroll through all the social medias and see so much prejudice and hate and racism and cruelty. We are literally dealing with, human trafficking issues, as well as, Epstein Island issues, as well as hate over how much melatonin somebody has. Do we have any idea how many children are on this planet right now watching all of us and how we're interacting? If we want to save our planet, we need to make sure that we're interacting with each other in a way that makes children grow up into adults that we could be proud of. We always say children are the future, and yet we're not leading by example in lots of ways. And I'm not trying to hate or slam or point any fingers at anyone, but something that's worrying me is our children, the children of our planet, and what will become of them if we aren't all working together to save them, protect them, help them grow. We are who we are at this present moment based on everything that came before. Every generation put thoughts, ideas, and beliefs into the next generation. That is a truth. So at this point, no matter what has happened, the only thing we can do is move forward in healthier ways and healthier interactions. Yes, this is my belief and my truth, but that's what's worrying me, is everything that these children are absorbing, dealing with, watching, and who they will be in 10, 15, 20 years, what they will decide to do, and if we'll even have a planet at that point. If we're not taking care of the bees, if we're not taking care of our oxygen supplies, if we're not taking care of our oceans, if we're not taking care of the food sources that we're getting, our water supplies, if we're not caring and we're not taking care of these things, what happens to our future generations? We can't stand that all this got thrown on us. So that's why it's now time to talk about it in healthier ways, interact in healthier ways, learn healthier ways, so that the kids of our lives that we love, that most people have procreated, we'll have a better world. Otherwise, we're doing the exact same thing all the previous generations did, which is not fix anything and leave even more for future generations. It's up to us now. So, that's why I wrote Where Did All the Dragons Go, which is this illustrated picture book for kids. It's about light and love and working together and healing the planet and, healing each other. Yeah, it's a lot of light, gushy, mushy stuff, but we need to get back to a place of unity, of togetherness, of healing the planet and working together. Otherwise, what are we even all doing? Why are there children on this planet if we're going to leave them a rotting cesspool that's decaying and might diminish and die completely if we're not careful? So I am constantly talking about saving the bees, trying to have healthier water, healthier food, all these different things. I try to do my part best as I can. And part of the way I can help is by saying, this is something I'm worrying about. So maybe hearing all of that, when you're done with this video, research some ways that you can start making a difference that makes you happy and feel comfortable for you. Where I work wherever I want. As an author, screenwriter, I can write from anywhere. So that's one of the reasons I love, working for myself, being self-employed. I started my company. I am the founder and owner of Happy Horrors Productions film company. So I work anywhere in the country that I get hired for. And there's always different locations and interesting places. So sometimes it's in my backyard. Sometimes, it's right here where you're seeing me. But part of the best part about being this kind of self-employed is I work wherever I feel comfortable and want to. So it's a good thing. What my last text message says. I have no idea. I don't even know who the last person I texted was. Let's look. Last text message. Oh, I understand that. Hugs. So one of the things I do also is I'm ordained, non-denominational, but I am a counselor, a spiritual healer, and I work with all sorts of types of people of all sorts of faiths and spiritual persuasions, I guess you would say, no matter where, non-denominational. When you're having problems in your life, whether it's health issues, whether it's work issues, home issues, no matter what, I do counseling sessions where we talk it all through, giving you ways to heal, help, re-implement healthier patterns. I also do suicide watch where I constantly check in with you, do video things, so that you're not alone and get through the darkest hours. You can find all of that on Facebook at Healing with Loren. You can schedule appointments, and it's no preaching stuff. It's more how to, dig deep, heal the stuff, move forward, get through it, have somebody who's listening, and I check in, how are you doing? What did you do today? Depending on what we're working with. So in this case, with this person, we had discussed the night before what they were supposed to do through the day. So I checked, and they had certain reasonings why certain things didn't happen, which was completely understandable. And, I understand that. Hugs, because, we need to be sending love and positive energy to each other. I'm also a Reiki healer, so I send healing, loving energy to people. It's another thing you can hire me to do all through the Healing with Loren. You'll see on Facebook. You can book appointments with me, and I'm here to help. Let's see. 3 bad habits I have: cursing, biting my fingers, and Not following through when I say I'm not going to drink. I don't actually have a severe alcohol problem, but I like to give myself a decent amount of breaks to help heal my body and things like that. And I also like alcohol. So I wind up saying things like, I'm not going to have another drink all week. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this is a tasty little beverage. So those are my 3 real bad habits, I guess. Um, Best way to spend my day off. The best way I like to spend my day off is being in nature. I like being surrounded by trees. um, I am 420 friendly, so I always make that little joke and chuckle. I love trees, I do. Uh, but if you do any research, you'll notice that it definitely makes a huge difference to be out in nature. There's all sorts of studies that say, being around trees helps heal your energy, grounding things, um, for me, there is no better place to be than surrounded by trees, and nature. So, yeah, anytime I get really stressed out, I kind of just envision a forest around me and birds chirping and God's rays shining down on me, which is actually the technical term for a certain way that sunlight comes through clouds streaming down. They call it God's rays. So that magical kind of forest image. And there are some places around me that do have those kinds of nature preserves, forests, things like that. And I'll go hiking in those and just spend some time, you know, appreciating and detoxing energy and grounding my energy, all those, new age phrases, but they really do make a difference. Um, just fresh air, sunlight, green trees, birds chirping. It's a beautiful thing, It's a wonderful thing for me. So, and I guess the only other place would be a Halloween store. um, I am super excited that all the Halloween stores are opening. I just like walking through. It's like my own little toy chest in a way, and imagining it, but, so yeah. So those are the random facts about me. I hope you enjoyed. I will be making more videos, either my top 5s or more random facts. Please, like I said, check out my playlists on my YouTube channel. One of them is Yield. You'll see all sorts of behind the scenes and bloopers and trailers and more. I have all sorts of other playlists going on. I read many different books to you. So if you look for the Loren Reads to You playlist, you'll get to see all those. I have my Let's Party with Loren game show. There's a playlist of all of those. I have season 1 up now. And so much more. So look through my playlists. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. And please make sure to share it around with all, you wish to share it with. And until next time, happy horrors. And thanks for joining me. See you soon.